It's Wednesday, August 12th, 2020. The big story for today just came out actually after the close of stock markets here in the United States, and it is the Cisco quarterly report. And specifically, as Richard Waters' headline to his story for the Financial Times makes clear, the Cisco report raises questions about broad IT spending. Cisco is a company that sells network hardware and software to enterprise business, as compared to a company selling switches and routers to cloud IaaS providers who actually are rolling their own these days. They're building their own chips. They don't need to buy a branded switch or a branded router like coming from Cisco. They're actually building their own. This is the case for not only IaaS providers, but also for Facebook, Snap, etc. So this is a big story because the Microsoft quarterly report, which came out a bit earlier, was kind of like a canary in the coal mine in advance of this report. And the reason why was anyone who listened to the Microsoft quarterly earnings report, and we actually did listen in on it, noted that Amy Hood was careful to point out that the weakness in Azure, the market segment that wasn't hitting its numbers as far as its Azure performance for the quarter, was the middle market businesses. That segment showed softness, and as Waters points out here in his article, Cisco's stock and trade is selling its switches and routers to government agencies and mid-sized businesses who are still maintaining their own data centers. So here's another peg in the board of a slowdown, a sign pointing to a slowdown in the mid-market enterprise customer segment. And of course, this will negatively impact on Microsoft as well. And there has been a slowness on the part of Microsoft stock to perform, again, as I noted earlier, after its earnings. And adding fuel to the fire now is word that Microsoft is delaying the release of a highly anticipated release of Halo by a full year as a result of games developers not being able to work within the same space. So the takeaway here for smaller size, early stage tech businesses is to never forget that analysts are very aware of your market segment. If you're focusing on enterprise IT, whether it's Gartner or it's UBS or it's another brokerage house, there are many analysts who are watching very, very carefully what's happening in those markets. And so never think that you're operating in a vacuum, because you're not. I'd like to take this as a moment actually to also make note that we've published a couple of posts to our blog over the last couple of days, and the most recent one of them is a post that we published today, again on IaaS, and on capitalizing on some news that's come out recently about some wins for Google Cloud in the enterprise market. And the premise of our story is, might Google also be contributing to the to Microsoft's inability to hit its numbers for Azure? So we would encourage you to take a read of our blog, and if you'd like to follow it, you can use RSS to do that. My name is Ira Michael Blonder. I'm the CEO and founder of IMB Enterprises Incorporated, and our Twitter page is Mike the Bebop, and our website is imbenterprises.com. Thank you very much. Bye.